Crikey.
Right, welcome back, everyone. Yeah, I'm not happy about this episode, and neither's Matty. This smug mank bastard I've got to sit and listen to now. This is brutal. At least
Best one I've ever done this. Best one I've ever done this.
At least all the Leeds podcasts I listen to, they can just wallow in their own horror of what they've witnessed and sort of make each other feel a bit better. But I've got to listen to this cunt talk about it. But oh well, hazards of the game, I suppose. It's one of them things. But anyway, let's get on to this weekend's games involving our teams. So tonight, obviously, I'm here along with Kyle, Greg, and Matty. Dave was running late as always, and we've had to put curfew on this one, so he didn't meet the cut-off time. So, soz Dave, but you missed it tonight, sunshine. So let's start with the weekend's fixtures as they happen. The first one we've got to start with, unfortunately for you, Matty, is Brentford 2, Arsenal 0. But before we do start, there's just something me and the boys have got to say. Na 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 Brentford.
Wow. As if it weren't bad enough already.
Oh, Matty, I do feel for you, mate. It was brutal. But yeah, what are your thoughts on the game, mate?
I'm not even going to lie. I went to type some notes out in the old iPhone folder, and I don't think it had a narrative long enough. I think I ran out of characters, to be honest. I just stopped. I don't even know where to start. It was just awful. But for them, obviously, they've just been promoted. They're on a massive high. First game in the Premier League at their new home ground, and they played like a team that wanted to make a statement from early doors. And they were, I'm not going to lie, I don't think they were fantastic. I thought they were good, but we were just awful. I mean, that's the only way that I can put it. But there's so many things wrong there. I'm going to try and fit this into like a small window because other people need to speak. So where do we start? So
no, I'm happy to just stay on this game, Matty. We don't have to talk about the others. It's fine.
Okay, fair enough. So again, Arteta is trying to play Man City ball with Arsenal players, and it just doesn't work. We're not capable of playing out from the back with the current personnel that we have. So Pablo Mari has never been a Premier League defender, in my opinion. He's too slow. He doesn't read the game fast enough. Leno doesn't pass the ball at the right times to allow the defenders to get their shape and body in the right place to receive the ball. And it's just like from the first minute, you could see when we had the ball at the back, like Ivan Toney and the fella that they had wide, I can't remember what his name was, to be fair. Yeah, they were just on our players. Like they knew immediately, press. We are going to get this football. Like, do you know what I mean? I think Chambers has been done a disservice at right back. For me, I know he played there for Southampton and he's played games there for Arsenal, but he's never a right back. He's not built like a right back.
The centre half. He's about 6'5" for fuck's sake.
Thank you. So
you've had two right backs on the bench.
Well, again, this goes back to the manager. Like, if you think of it, we've got 4 right backs, essentially. Cedric, Maitland-Niles, Bellerin, and Chambers, if you want to call him a right back. Personally, out of all of them, I would pick Maitland-Niles if I had.
Why is he so out of favour now?
Huh?
Why is he so out of favour now? Because you go back pretty much a year, start of last season.
He was starting every game. But I think Bellerin, was Bellerin injured at that time, or was he playing over Bellerin? He was probably playing over him, to be honest. But obviously, him crashing his car and finding a load of balloons in his car probably didn't help him.
Oh, of course, yeah.
Help his situation, I would imagine.
That's standard procedure for an Arsenal player, though, isn't it?
Oh, yeah, I love all that carry on. So, yeah, obviously, he got loaned to West Brom and he was playing as a centre midfielder when he was playing for West Brom, which that's what his actual position is supposed to be. But again, like I said, I would pick him over all of them. Bellerin is just so out of favour. He's angling for a move. He even apparently wants to leave he'll take a pay cut to leave. So just, if the season has started, why have we not solved this problem? Like, go and buy a right back. Sell 2 of our right backs and go and buy Max Aarons. Because that's what I would do.
No one wants a right back.
Price.
Who wants your players?
Pardon?
Who wants your players though?
Well, yeah. I mean, I'm not. That's the least of my worries at the minute. I'm just.
You've got to sell.
I'm concentrating on the game in hand. We can come to that. So, yeah, you've got that. I mean, obviously, I couldn't say we had standout performers, but the same names come to mind. Tierney, Smith Rowe, Partey wasn't playing. I thought that Lokonga played quite well. He didn't really set the world on fire. He kept it simple. He never really loses possession. He very rarely loses possession of the ball, but I think he needs a Partey with him to egg him on. I can't see Xhaka doing that for Lokonga, to be honest. And I mean, he's such a young kid, and the way he's just waltzing into the team because we've got one injury in centre midfield. Even that's worrying. Like, you know what I mean? But up top, I mean, it was just a fucking shit show. Balogun. I thought he might have. Yeah, I thought Bosco might have offered a bit more, but he didn't really have. In fairness to him, what service did he have?
I felt sorry for him.
If Smith Rowe's not doing bits, like, who's getting the ball to him? Because Pepe is very, very hot and cold. One week he can be absolutely fantastic, in the words of Harry, and then the next week, like, you forget he was even playing. Like,
step over Steve and then lose the ball.
Yeah, basically. Yeah. So I mean, it was truly painful. It was truly painful.
Not for me. It weren't.
It comes back as well, Matty, to what we said at the start of the season about Smith Rowe as well. As much as he's got a bit about him and he does nice things, like I think he's a nice player. That's how I'd describe him. Like, he's quite nice to watch. He does nice stuff.
He shouldn't be starting.
No, he's.
There should be someone ahead of him who he should be learning off.
Yeah, obviously. But this is the whole.
But he's being chucked straight in.
This is the whole point.
Remember where they are. Look where Arsenal are. To be fair, they finished 8th last year. So is he better than Arsenal?
I agree with going back to what Greg said. I think he needs someone there of like that Ozil ilk in his prime, someone to steer him in the right direction, because the kid's got a hell of a responsibility on his shoulders now. He's gone from being like a bit part player. Last season, he's obviously starting a lot more games. And they've gone, there you go, mate. You have the same shirt that Dennis Bergkamp had. Really? Like, really? Come on.
Here's a question, Matty, for you. Because from an outsider looking in, the money you was offered for Smith Rowe from Villa, was it 30 mil?
30 million, yeah.
30 million. Would it not have been a better option taking that, keeping Willock, and then reinvesting?
Possibly.
Because I personally, if you're saying to me, who are you having, Smith Rowe or Willock? I'm having Willock all day long.
Obviously, you can say that because he did well at Newcastle and he scored goals in the Premier League. I mean, in a
worse team than Arsenal.
Would Smith Rowe have scored that many goals if he went to Newcastle on loan?
No, because he didn't do it in an Arsenal team that's better than them.
Like you said, and we touched on it on the WhatsApp messages and that. A nice player is what you described.
But he's not a goal scorer.
He's going to score 2 goals in the Carabao Cup, and then he's going to maybe
Carabao.
Is that a new cup?
All right, the Zimod Cup, like, you know what I mean? He's gonna nick a couple of goals in that, and maybe a couple of Premier League goals.
He had a chance.
He had a chance. 15 goals in a season, is he? Like, never in a million years. No.
He went through 1-on-1, and the finish was tame. The finish was tame.
But that's a player who's got too much responsibility on his shoulders at such a young age. He's not a world class. I mean, no disrespect to the fella. He's not.
He's decent.
He shouldn't be carrying a team.
No,
like Arsenal at this stage of his career.
And he's almost got to feel sorry for him.
Yeah, I do feel bits. I do. I feel sorry for the players there that are pulling their weight. I mean, imagine being Kieran Tierney. I would say Tierney walks into most Premier League teams. I would say.
Yeah.
Bar maybe 3 or 4.
Yeah, you're probably right. I think there's very few better left backs.
But he, even in the back of his mind, he must be thinking, "What the fuck have I done here?" And that pains me to say that, but it's the truth.
Yeah.
We can't.
Mate, it won't be long. It won't be long.
Yeah, and the other thing that I wanted to touch on before I forgot it is that this whole Granit Xhaka situation. Let's have it right. If Roma would have offered another €5 million
He's gone.
He would have packed his bags and been on his bike. We have an injury, or Aubameyang's not playing because he's not well. And then he gets the captain's armband. Who the fuck in that team is respecting that decision?
Yeah.
That was that close to leaving. It shows that there's no leaders in the team and it filters through everything. Like, we're bringing Saka off the bench in desperation. The kid probably needs a bit more of a rest. He hasn't had he's had nothing of a pre-season, but we can't even afford to do that. We had to bring him on because of the state of the game. And you look at the fixtures moving forward, that's no points in the first 3 games. Even if we played to the best of our ability, we would need a lucky own goal to win it one. We're just not going to get... I'd be amazed if we got a point out of either of them games.
It'd be very Arsenal to go and get points out of them games.
Yeah,
that's the thing.
Well, we beat Chelsea home and away last season. All right, Chelsea have improved, and Lukaku. Oh, cheers, Lukaku will be starting next week. So Ben White's probably going to have nightmares. And on Ben White, after I bigged him up on Twitter in the pre-season game, I thought he looked very ordinary. But then again, when you're playing with fucking Callum Chambers and Pablo Mari and Leno giving you hospital fucking balls from the back, it's hard. He needs someone with him. Like Gabriel, because of the Olympics, he'll be fit again at the end of the month. And that for me, that's the centre-back pairing, Gabe, with what we've got.
I was going to touch on that, Matty, because obviously I've got an invested interest in Ben White because of his Leeds links and what have you. But from what I know a hell of a lot about Ben White, and I rate the kid highly. I think he's got the potential to be a world-class centre-half. The thing that Ben White is going to be let down with in this Arsenal team, and it could expose him, and I think you need to combat. And I don't know.
He's not playing in a back three.
No, it's not. Yeah. That was annoying me, actually, because Gary Neville keeps saying that. He's only played in a back 3 for Brighton for one season.
He didn't play that.
He's going on like he's played his whole career in a back 3 and he don't know how to play in a 2. At Leeds, he played in a 2 and he won the fucking league. He got player of the season and was phenomenal all year.
Play it then, obviously.
Yeah, so Gary Neville's talking out of his absolute arsehole because all he's ever seen is Premier League football. He's never seen anything else.
Oh, between him and fucking Carragher, he didn't
just jogged a lot of you.
Well.
But anyway, the thing with Ben White is he needs someone who's dominant in the air next to him. At Leeds, he had Liam Cooper, who is going to challenge everything aerially all day long. And he's a vocal point next to him. He's going to be commanding him, telling him what to do, this, that, and the other. Yeah. At Brighton, he had Dunk doing the same thing.
Quality defender.
Do you know what I mean? At Arsenal, I don't know if Gabriel is that defender who's going to be attacking the ball aerially.
I would say yes.
Yeah, I've not seen enough of him.
I think he will get better. He blew a bit hot and cold, but again, against top sides, he got torn a new one, to be honest.
Yeah.
Even again, I think his form was very indifferent, shall we say. This is a big season for him, I think, at Arsenal.
Yeah.
But like moving forward, I mean, what are we now? 16th of August. There's only a couple of weeks of the window left. Like Greg said, like who is going to want to come to Arsenal? We're going to have to go shopping abroad to find a young talent at a reasonable fee. I just hope he turns out to be quality. Because if you're James Maddison, you're not going there. I don't see what striker we could possibly get in the window. But this whole Aubameyang situation is just
weird, isn't it?
It completely and utterly baffles me. Like, they're already saying, like, about 1 minute after the Brentford game finished, that they're both going to be not fit for the Chelsea game. Hang on, that's a week. That's 8 days away. What the fuck has he got? COVID? Like,
long COVID.
Well, shot COVID. He's got. Like, I mean, he didn't score one goal in pre-season, and I watched quite a lot of the pre-season. Again, he gets into good areas. His finishing's dreadful. Like, honestly dreadful.
Which is so weird considering how lethal he was.
Rangers, which was, I would class as a tapping, and he missed it. And I was like, not the same player.
Yeah.
You don't just think his head's gone? Do you not just think he's just sick of this shit?
Completely and utterly. I also read something else online. I find it hard to know what to believe online and what you don't read, depending where the statement comes from. And they were saying that Arteta's training, the tactics are too hard to follow. The game is broke down into so many segments that the players are not understanding what their jobs are. Now, if that's believed to be true, that's obviously translating to the pitch immediately because you can see there's no cohesion there. If
that does make sense
from the back with the players we've got, why is he making him do that? Why is he making Leno, Mari, these people that are not that good on the ball? I don't think Pablo Mari's a bad defender. He's not quick, but you ain't giving him the ball to his feet. He's not going to come and collect it and then start spraying balls out from the back. That's not his game. We're just not playing to any strengths that we do have.
Yeah.
It's all a complete mess. And another stat, which I nearly fell off my chair. In 16 games where Arsenal have been losing at half-time under Arteta, they've not won a single game.
Yeah, I saw that, yeah.
They've drawn 4 and lost the rest.
Which shows there's no character.
That speaks complete volume. Mm-hmm. And you've got to wonder, how is the geezer still in the job? Because Unai Emery's record, good evening, was much better than his. It was like much better. Not even a little bit better. It was much better. And he got binned. I'm scratching my head.
The thing is with the Brentford game, us like obviously just going back to the game now.
I'd rather forget it, to be fair.
No, I know, but it's one thing they were always going to do. Essentially, your Premier League team, you always have been from the very start. So the very first thing is that you should be doing is winning, like knowing how to play the game. They've never played a Premier League game in their life. True. They were going to come up and they were going to battle. Everyone knows you have to win the battle before you can start trying to play. It's one of the first things that everyone at any level sort of says, win the battle. When you knew that they were going to battle, you should be superior to them.
Yeah, obviously.
Even at a weak state of what you are, you should be superior.
In fairness to Brentford, I think they've been a Premier League team probably for a couple of years. They were very unlucky.
Probably about 3 years now.
Not to go. I mean, I'm not even deflecting that away from how bad Arsenal have played in the game. But anyway, we've not matched their effort, their
the battle. Yeah,
I look throughout the whole team, and I think, who likes a tackle? I can't even tell you a name of someone who's a ball winner in there. Mm. There's not. If Partey doesn't play, and even again, his form's been very indifferent.
You could stick Tierney in most of the positions.
Tierney's the only one I can think of. Yeah.
No, but you could stick him in most positions in your team, and he'd probably be better than what you've got.
Yeah, absoltally. We need
11. Even if you stuck him in centre midfield. If you stuck him in centre midfield.
And having watched the rest of the highlights of the other games, in fairness, which there was some cracking goals, to be fair, all across the board. I just look and we're just filtering down and down the list, like we touched on in the previous podcast. I think we're now in the band of, and this isn't like a disrespect to Leeds at all, we're in the band with like Leeds, Everton, Aston Villa, West Ham. That's the band that we're in. The top four,
Leeds, Villa, and West Ham not long ago were Championship clubs.
Yeah, exactly.
That Friday night for me, like again, in all fairness, the last couple of years we've been a bit of a laughing stock up and down. That was for me was the worst I think I've seen you play. Yeah. There was nothing. You looked there was no effort. It just looked like Brentford in bits. Again, I didn't really get to watch it all, but in the bits I did watch, they looked like they were just they were the ones hassling you down and putting you under pressure. You've done nothing to disrupt them.
There's no application or urgency or what it looks like to me, will to win. It's like as soon as we go a goal down, there's like an acceptance of loss.
We're
going to go down now. That's it. And that's the first game record. I mean, go a goal down, we're going to lose 100%.
It's the first game of the season. It should be whether you go 1-0 down, 2. It should still be there, like that optimism of.
But
there was nothing.
Again, you have to wonder exactly what is going on behind closed doors. This Aubameyang thing is massive, and it could be affecting a lot of people at the club.
Well, the club's in worse state than what you think. Then, if that is the case,
of course
if they're letting that happen.
I read yesterday on Sky Sports that if Arsenal get a bid, they're willing to let him go. But who are they getting in? I don't see any. I don't see where it comes. I don't see where it comes from. I think the future is seriously bleak.
Weird.
And I have basically no interest in watching the Chelsea or City game. Now, for me to say that is like, I'm going to watch it because I'll default to watching it, but I can just see myself turning it off after 20 minutes. Like, it's depressing. Like, that's how I would describe it. It's depressing. Like, it's that bad. But then again, we had a fucking terrible start to last season up until Christmas, and then we looked like a different team. We had the third best defence in the league. How is that even possible? But then again, the goal record was terrible.
Yeah.
We've got no creativity. And this Odegaard thing, I didn't even think he was that good.
No, he wasn't. And they're putting all their eggs in that basket.
I thought he had a few good games. But they're talking about loaning again with a view to a 30 million. I would pay 30 million for him.
2 goals, 2 assists. 2 goals and 2 assists. That's all we got.
Was that what it was? I know it wasn't a lot.
That was it.
It's just great.
Danny Ceballos Mark II, Matty.
How's that worth that money?
Huh?
How is that worth that money? 2 goals, 2 assists.
It's not at all. This is a kid that's been billed as a wonder kid who's Real Madrid have tried to pie him off at every available opportunity because he's not even good enough to get him in the squad, to be honest. But
yeah, it's true.
I don't know how the fall from grace has been so rapid. Like, I went into this season with a bit of excitement thinking, you know what, last half of the season, we actually done all right. We beat Chelsea home and away. We picked up some decent points. I think we had a better away record than we had the home record. But yeah, I mean, I'm done talking about it now. I just think
you didn't even win a game pre-season, did you? I'm sure you've not won. Have you even won a game pre-season?
I have to think about this. We lost to Chelsea. We lost to Spurs. We lost to Hibs. We drew with Rangers. We beat Watford at London Colony. We beat Watford.
All right.
But yeah, I'm struggling to think of anything else. I'm just rattling a few off the top of my head.
Let's sweep that one under the carpet then, Matty. It's
I've spoken about that for long enough.
Hang on, is that the Brentford fans again? Hey!
Just let it be known when one of your teams gets pumped, I am fully ranting all of you out.
First day to get the piss taken out of you like that. That's bad.
Talking of one of our teams getting pumped, we might as well move on to my team then, shall we?
United. Sorry.
Carl, I'll kick you off the fucking show. You keep on, mate. I'm losing it already. I hate this. Oh God!
It was easier this year than it was last season.
Oh God! At least we lasted longer than 3 minutes this year.
Just go on mute, Till. Just go on mute.
Oh, mate, just turn the fucking camera up and all sorts. Oh, I'm gonna cry. Right.
But seriously, before you start your review, did you really think you were going to get anything from that game before the game? Be honest.
No, but
at least you admit it.
Especially once I see the lineup, it's one of them. But because of how we play, there's always that glimmer of hope.
Calvin weren't playing, was he? So
nah. It's one of them with Leeds. Like if we were playing fucking Man City or PSG or whoever. Look, we beat Man City last year. On our day, there's a chance because of how we go about it, we could beat anyone. So there's always that in the back of your mind. Fucking maybe, you never know.
The way you play, you cannot. It's either two ways, isn't it? With the way you play, you're so expansive. There's going to be days when you get pumped, and unfortunately, in the last 2 seasons, the time you've got pumped is fucking by these.
Yeah. But the thing is, it ain't just them. Like we got pumped a few times last season. Leicester give us a good hiding last season.
Yeah.
The second game we beat them. Arsenal give us a good hiding. Arsenal were 4-0 up after about half time. I think they were 4-0 up.
You nearly came back in. At Ellen Road, you should have beat us.
Exactly.
Easy. We were lucky. We were literally holding on.
It's one of them. It's like I tweeted at the time. We've got it hurts because of who it is. Like. Because the scum have beat us 5-1, that's what hurts. Like if that was, I don't know, if we were City, for example, if it was City, it'd be like, oh fuck, bad day at the office. We'd swallow it. We'd swallow it and just move on. But like because it's them, it makes it hard for Leeds fans to sort of do that. And all of a sudden, we're the new Sheffield United because it's you boys that have done it. But do you know what I mean? It's just, It's just bad day at the office. Do you know what I mean? You boys, I said to my dad actually at the time, I think the worst thing for us at this point is who your gaffer is, because he understands the rivalry.
Yeah, because he played in it.
He was in the Man United team when we was battling it out with you boys, and he's experienced it. He knows exactly what it's all about. Like if you had like a Van Gaal or someone like that wouldn't even know Leeds are, for example, do you know what I mean? It probably wouldn't be drummed into the players as much. This fucking means something, because you've seen like how you boys have gone about playing us at Old Trafford the past 2 times we've played you there. I've not seen Man United players put that effort in ever.
No, but that's because I think you deserve the respect in a way, because we know how you're going to play. That's for me personally. I hate playing Leeds. I don't give a shit when you're playing everyone else, because it's just because of your work rate, and that is why I'm always worried about Leeds. And obviously, going back to what you said about it can go either way, because of the way you play your work rate, it is frightening to play against. I hate watching. Even when it went 1-1, I thought, here we go, you're back in it. You're back. Like even last year when it went fucking 6-2, I thought they're back in it. It's
that was some goal, by the way.
Oh mate,
oh yeah,
absolute screamer.
I only saw the day this evening. I've only seen the goals like today.
The past 2 games we played at Old Trafford, you've pulled our pants down. We've scored 2 of the fucking best goals, which was Luke Ayling's this year, and Stewie Dallas scored a screamer against you last year.
Yeah.
And it's a shame as a Leeds fan, because they're 2 of the best goals we've ever scored against Man United at Old Trafford, and they're going to be forgotten because of the games that they were in. It's like, oh man, I feel a bit sorry for both players in that sense. But I've got to just swallow it and give you boys a lot of credit, because it's probably the best I've ever seen Paul Pogba play. It's probably the best I've seen Fernandes play, and he's played some good games. But it's probably the best. He was for fucking outstanding. Like if he plays that week in, week out,
that's the best game they've had under Solskjaer. 100%. I reckon that even beats the PSG result was better. Like as in for what it was. Probably even the better eclipses that though. Like the actual whole performance.
Even Fred fucking played well.
Do you know what? I don't even think I don't know whether you played poor or whether we made you play. We made you look poor.
Bit of both, I think.
It was so like obviously. I mean, Dan James. No, new season. I'm not having him. Fuck off. Don't want him in. He's shit. He ain't getting away with it this year. But as we look good from every we look fit. We look strong. We looked like there was a plan. It was everything. The movement off the ball was, I thought, was unbelievable. Like just
you was at it. You was at it massively.
Yeah.
That pass from Pogba for Greenwood's goal, that was a joke.
What a game he had, by the way.
It was immense.
I've never seen it. The way it just went right to him and it hit the stride was just phenomenal. It was unbelievable.
And it was effortless as well. He was just like, see it, pum. But for me, Greenwood was top draw. Like, he needs to start performing now. He's sort of getting to that age where I don't want him to dwindle out.
Rashford don't even come into the reckoning for me.
No, not
I don't even see how he gets in your starting lineup.
He doesn't.
No.
So I don't see how he gets in it.
The thing with it, Carl, is that like you said, you don't know whether it was you boys were on it or we was off, or you forced us to play bad, this, that, and the other. I think it's a bit of all of that. I think it's a combination of we had Robin Koch in the CDM role where he's played a handful of games, but he's not really used to play. The CDM role is a specialist role, and it's even more of a specialist role in our system. And Calvin plays it to a T, like he plays it perfectly. And I don't think anyone else within our team, even if we've got players that can fit in there and do a job, they can't do what he does. And they get sucked into following the player around a bit too much. And that's what you boys were doing. Bruno was dragging Koch away, and then other people were slotting into that position. Pogba would push forward, McTominay would push forward. And because we go that man-for-man system, if they get a run on you, that's it. Like, unless you're fucking super speedy and you're going to catch them up, they're in. And you boys played that very well against us. And I think Rodrigo in the number 10 role is brilliant against teams where we will completely dominate possession. Teams where probably barring the top 6 teams in the division that we're going to really dominate. And even some of the top 6 we dominate possession against. But they're the teams where Rodrigo in the number 10 is perfect because he's going to get a lot of the ball. He don't have to run around as much. He don't have to track people as much. They have to track him. But when it's teams like you that are going to sort of give us a bit less of the ball and you're going to try and dominate it, his defensive mind has to come into play a bit more, and it isn't his natural game.
He was redundant on Saturday, I thought, when he was pretty
exactly.
much.
And I think the fact that we're sort of just missing a couple of players there, it just threw it all out. And like Llorente coming in at centre half would have changed the game for me, and Phillips in CDM changes it. They just strengthen the whole unit defensively. Regardless of even if they both played, like I think if both of them are in that team, we don't lose 5-1. But the way you boys play, we'd have been lucky to come away with anything more than a point.
I think we're quite lucky. I think Rafinha probably had his worst game I've ever seen him play for a long time.
He did.
And again, if your best players if they're not playing, what can you do? Do you know what I mean? Obviously, we're playing well, and we're quite lucky. You again, like you said, you didn't have Phillips. Rafinha's having a stinker. You're back like you're defensively all over the place a little bit. It helps us a little bit. But I say it was very, very satisfying. Boyle used to moan about me last season about I was never happy. Well, I'm fucking happy. I'm very
fuck for that.
And it ain't even because it's Leeds. Like, I honestly, again, that could have been Norwich City for me. I don't hate you like you boys hate it. Like, just the way we played. That's all. It was good.
No, what the good thing about this is like now we have a serious title race on our hands because I think the top four, it's going to be the teams that we all were speaking about before. But the order that they're going to finish in, I don't know. I don't know if. I mean, I'm not saying that just because Tottenham beat City. I mean, I didn't statistically. Did you see that stat that Tottenham have beat them there the last 4 times?
Yeah,
I didn't know that.
They've got a good record.
They got a great record against them.
The thing where teams like your boys have to improve though, Kyle, is you got to go and do that again now, Southampton.
Yeah.
I think they will
because Southampton are shitter than you.
Yeah, they are. And the thing, like we spanked them twice last season. We were putting 3 and 4 past Southampton. Do you know what I mean? The thing.
They are struggling, mate.
They are struggling,
and they've just sold Vestergaard.
The thing where you boys, I think, has let you down the last few seasons is you'd go and have a result like you've had there, and then you'd like draw against Southampton, and you think, can Pogba play like that week in, week out? I think that's what happened to us there is the best thing that could happen for the league because Pogba only plays 1 in 10 good games and he's had his 1. So he ain't going to have another good game now till October.
It sometimes can kill you, that 5-1, like you say, because you're so high. Anything shit now, it can think, was that luck? Like, we're lucky.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
If you go in at half-time 0-0 against Southampton, all of a sudden your fans are going to be like, what the fuck's going on here?
It's one of them. You set
the bar now, yeah.
You set the bar now.
Look at the players now that they've now got at their disposal. Varane comes in. They've got Maguire. They got strong. They look strong in all areas of.
The money they've outlaid and the players that they've got at their disposal is they should challenge for the title.
I mean, for me personally, it's between City, Chelsea, and Man United. I think Liverpool will finish 4th. Liverpool have got a quality first 11, but I don't think they've got the squad to compete with those other clubs.
You've got African nations in January this year again.
For Liverpool.
You lose Salah and Mane.
Oh, what's that in January?
Yeah.
For the African
I think that kills Liverpool. Even if they're in the running there and then, that kills you.
Oh, yeah, possibly.
It's not only
Mane out of that, and you're still going to be lethal.
It's not only them. Though. It's Kane. It's Matty.
Yeah.
Fuck me, yeah.
We do. We have a lot.
Kate is going to probably start more often than not now because of Wijnaldum's departure, isn't he? So.
The other thing, actually, because we're going to come on to Liverpool, the other thing I want to bring up quickly, and it's probably not really a football discussion as such, but this whole opinion on singing abuse to Rashford and Sancho. Like, Leeds fans were singing Sancho and Rashford let the country down, which arguably they did. they've missed penalties, which no, but
you
listen,
can't say that.
No, but why can't you say that?
It's
David Beckham. No, listen, hear me out.
That's a bit of banner.
Yeah, David Beckham. Yeah, got sent off, and England got knocked out of a World Cup. They were hanging effigies of him in the fucking high streets. They were burning effigies of him, and that's fine. Rashford and Sancho got a little song sang about them because it's Leeds versus Man United, and even if they had fucking misplaced a pass, which cost us something in the Euros, we're going to slag them off because they're Man United players. That's what we're going to do. All of a sudden, it becomes a race hate thing. How the fuck? Nothing racial has been brought up there whatsoever.
No.
If it was a race hate thing, Saka would be involved in the song as well. Because if it was all about race and not about the club affinity that they're affiliated with, then he would be involved in that song as well because he also missed a penalty. Yeah.
You know what the problem is though? We live in Generation Snowflake. You can't say fuck all these days.
Am I wrong in thinking that?
No, I don't think you're wrong.
They're blowing this out of proportion because
I think massively. It's a footballing song. You sing shit about your opposition fans, especially rivals.
And the other thing is, Man United fans were singing about Turkey last when we played you. That's brushed under the carpet. So singing about fans that get murdered is fine, but you can't sing about two fucking pussies who can't handle a bit of stick. Come on.
I don't think
I understand they had a lot of racial abuse, but that ain't it. And if you're trying to blanket a song like that alongside the racial abuse that they did actually have, that just nullifies the abuse that they had, because it means it's equal to a couple of fans singing some fucking that you let us down.
It was like the thing what was aimed at Billy Gilmore.
Oh, what was that?
What is this?
You know the whole Chelsea rent boy thing.
Oh, is that what it was?
I think it was specifically aimed at Gilmore, but probably because he was a Chelsea player. Nothing to do with anything in his.
He's not actually a rent boy, funnily enough.
Funny enough. He's probably too busy playing football to.
Funnily enough, guys, football songs that are sung by fans don't actually have to be factually correct.
No, you can sing whatever
exactly.
you like, and someone might jump on the bandwagon or whatever. But like you said, you can't do anything these days. It's all
because if it gets to the stage where you can't even have songs like that sung at a football ground, the game's I'm not interested. I'll never go to another football match again.
Well, it's going that way, isn't it?
Yeah, because what's the fucking point?
You're not. They're going to put
you've got all these Tottenham fans.
Can't sing about soon.
You've got all these Tottenham fans coming out going, "Oh, we give Saka support, so you guys should have as well." Go fuck yourself then. You obviously don't hate Arsenal as much as you claim to, because if that's a Man United player, I couldn't give a fuck what's happened to him. I'm not supporting him. He's a mank. Jog on. Not happening. There's no way you're getting my support.
No, I think I don't think it's anything too major. It's a fucking football song. There's football songs that have been good and horror, good and bad.
In it. There's no swearing. There's no race-related chant.
Let the country down. It's not like
as a Leeds fan,
it's a tongue the other way round.
But if it was a Leeds fan and it was the other way round, you'd take. Well, would you take that? Just go.
And do you know what we'd do? We'd come back with a song back at you.
Yeah,
like football fans do. We don't go, wave our half and half scarves and have a whinge up on Twitter.
This is the road that we're going down with football now. You're not allowed to do or say fuck all. It's not, the game has massively changed in the last 20, 30 years.
And you know, one of the major problems with it is outlets like TalkSport. That all they want to do is throw a fucking poll on Twitter straight after the game about how out of order Leeds fans have been singing that song. Maybe stick to talking about the game rather than any clickbait articles, boys. Yeah.
Yeah, but look at some of the personnel they've got.
It's also the players nowadays, though. They're all snowflakes as well. None of them have got any bollocks. No tackles flying in football anymore. You're not allowed to. It's been driven out from the top down, and players now are literally just brought up through academies, sideways SIDS.
Robots, mate.
Yeah, shit. There's no personalities anymore.
Listen, boys, we've all played here before. Listen, seriously, even on a Sunday, I know it's different level. If I heard someone from the opposition say, "You missed a penalty, you fucking shit," or so, I wouldn't give two fucks.
I'll be giving it this to the crowd, going, "Wee!"
It's part and parcel. For me, it's part and parcel of what happened. We always try and get in the opposition's heads, and the fans are doing exactly the same thing. just by singing a song.
Do you know what that just reminded me of? When that
Lionel Messi.
When that team started mugging off Gill about being old and he got on all fours. I mean, that's probably one of the funniest things I've ever seen. And he scored a hat-trick and he's like, what is he, 46 or 45? That's brilliant.
Yeah, this is for listeners and viewers, this is one of our mates who used to play in the second division in Spain, and he's mid-40s now, and he was playing for our Sunday league team. And because he's a slightly older gentleman, he was getting a bit of stick from sort of 19, 20-year-olds playing against him. And you're old, you're shit. And then he bags a hat-trick and gives it the old man celebration. Fucking absolutely superb.
Brilliant.
But again, that's part of the game. Like, you've got to be able to take it and dish it out back. You know what I mean? And if you're taking that away from it, it is, like, to be honest, like, Carl, like, all them tourists that you get at games, and we've been half lucky the fact that we've been out of the big time for so many years that we've missed that boat. We might get it down the line, like when we get a bigger stadium and this, that, and the other. But you've got all them people at Old Trafford, clearly gone to it's their first game at Old Trafford. They've got the brand new Man United shirt on, and they've got half and half scarves, Leeds and Man United. No Man United fan in their right mind would want that. They don't want anything with Leeds on. If someone give me that for free, I'd throw it straight in the fucking bin. I don't want anything with Man United on. What, like?
Yeah, no, I don't get it.
Stadiums are full of that. Like, Leeds fans were having a bit of banter about it. The fact that we were still out singing you, and we were singing at the end 5-1, and you still can't sing, because it's just like Man United's away support is fantastic because you still have the core of proper Man United fans.
Away supports are, to be honest.
Still have the core of proper Man United fans, but that fucking corporate office building of a stadium that you've got is just full of tourists, mate. It's for me, it's no coincidence. It's no coincidence that you boys.
He's too busy at Sellers Park testing the pies out.
It's no coincidence you boys have failed to achieve anything in the last sort of decade. It's playing in front of that. That ain't going to fill you with fucking like a bit of drive, and like when going gets tough, they're not going to get behind you and make you think, "Fucking come on, boys, give you that extra bit," are they? Like, it's.
Yeah, I think the game's going like that as well. Though. It ain't just Old Trafford.
Oh no, it isn't. No,
that's how they pay the players all this money. They have to sell it on as corporate, mate. The actual working man don't get tickets anymore.
No.
Well, I saw something actually
That's a very good point, actually.
I saw something on Twitter today from a Newcastle fan. They're sponsored by that. Was it Carrera or something? That weird fucking. They sponsored Rangers last year.
Castore,
that's it. Yeah. They sponsor Newcastle, yeah.
Do they?
Yeah. In the club shop, someone's got on there. Are we sponsored by Castore?
Ashley, but Ashley's got something to do with Rangers, isn't he? So
yeah. And a Newcastle fan filmed this in the club shop today, and he put it on. He's like, "Are we sponsored by Castore or fucking Gucci?" It was a hoodie, just a plain black hoodie with the Castore logo in the middle and Newcastle written underneath it. Guess how much they're flogging it for in the club shop?
Fuck no.
70s.
165 quid.
Sorry?
For a hoodie. And they're telling you, like, this is the fucking working man's game. It's gone. It ain't. Do you know what I mean?
Kyle's gone.
Yeah. And,
that's my dad. He's trying to FaceTime me. Fuck off.
But yeah,
let's move on to that, Jonesy.
Go on then, Greg. Have a moment, mate.
Oh, we didn't even talk about the game.
No. To be fair, what's there to say? Yeah, if you want to talk about the game, Ayling's goal should count for at least 3.
So Leeds won.
Should have had a penalty, and Greenwood's was offside. So I'll take a draw.
Kevo,
I was just about to say that about that Fernandez goal. That one over the top from Maguire. Surely he's offside.
I thought he was offside.
Thicker line or
Where's
not?
the lines gone?
Oh, they've changed the lines now, haven't they? The lines are
that fixed the line 10
yards. The lines are a bit thicker now, aren't they?
They're thicker and they can overlap now, can't they?
And you don't see it.
Yeah.
You're not seeing it like how it was last year. It's their decision, yes or no now.
And I was like, that's offside.
Everyone I knew was saying it was
offside. And then the next thing, they're playing again. I thought,
I couldn't believe it.
Well,
Haaland didn't change anything, but
I don't know whether you saw the Dortmund. Haaland had one very similar. They thought he was offside, and then the next thing, the ref's just given it.
Yeah, goal. Mad, isn't it? But anyway, let's move on to the next game. Norwich 0, Liverpool 3. Gory, what's your thoughts, mate?
Well, not getting carried away. At the end of the day, it's a good job, well done. We always do against Norwich, to be honest. Do you know what I mean? They're coming up. We've done essentially what Arsenal should have done.
Oh, here he goes. Won the game 3-0 and he's still referring to Arsenal. Is it not bad enough, like the pain I'm suffering already, and you actually... we could have done what Arsenal should have done, to be honest. Fuck off.
Sorry, I didn't know I turned into steptoe. But that is, you deal with them. Brentford, they didn't win the league. Norwich did. Do you know what I mean? So we've dealt with. We didn't play amazing. We did all right. We just punished it. Even our goals were some of the. Salah's was obviously out to the edge of the box, and it's a good finish. But even our first two goals were quite lucky.
Fucking incredible. That touch, he just had to set it, and then
it was. No, don't get me wrong. His goal, his goal, and obviously the stat for him to score on the opening day 5 years running.
Yeah, absolutely quality.
You've got to admire the consistency and now the longevity as well of that man.
Yeah, he's world-class footballer. Simple.
He's good. He's good.
He obviously had he was so young when he came here to Chelsea, and then he's gone away again, and he's grown up in Italy and went under the radar because no one was having him back. No one was having him back, and it looked like, mate, when we signed him, I was still like, really? Like, he's not setting the world alight, and I've not even heard about him in Syria, but he obviously was, do you know what I mean? Like, Klopp saw something. But yeah, I mean, for how long we've had him now, the 5 years, unbelievable. Literally, the geezer's turned into one of the best strikers in the world. But yeah, just with the game, I mean, they had their chances. I mean, Alisson's made a fucking unbelievable save, from point blank. Van Dijk, obviously being back, is a major plus for us. Yeah. But he's still not there. He's still not there at all. There are certain situations. But the fact that his body's held up is a major plus for us as well, because obviously, he could have broke down or whatever, but you can still see that. I think Pookie got in behind him, and just that little half yard is still just a little. He's not there fully, but just to have him back, and it won't take him long. It won't. No, you know what I mean? It'll take him. It'll take him a handful of games, I think, to actually just get back. But yeah, I mean,
till Pickford gets his claws into him again.
Well, yeah. We'll have to see what date we're playing Everton. Fucking make sure you play for that one.
Can you imagine if it happens again? Oh,
he'd get topped, wouldn't he?
He would, to be honest.
He'd have to see red for this fucking for it again. But no, do you know what? Do you know who I was? Obviously, Robertson getting injured in the last pre-season game was quite thinking, fuck me, no, not him, because he's been Mr. Consistent for absolutely God knows how long. But Tsimikas actually fucking played really well.
He made a lot of good interceptions in his own box, didn't he? He was there to tidy up quite a lot.
And we mug him off a bit, don't we? Because when I'm talking, I'm like, he's shit. He's an Alexander Butner Mark II, but he's all right.
He's obviously, the thing is, it obviously takes a little while to come in, especially when you're coming in and you're not ever going to be first choice. He was only ever coming to be sub. Do you know what I mean? And the fact that he's now had a pre-season, Robertson's obviously gone to the Euros, and he's had the full pre-season, plus probably a lot of the pre-season games he's probably played. he's more than ready at this minute to be stepping in, and it showed because he actually performed.
Done really well.
Do you know I've got to give a mention to as well, Greg, and mentioning Tsimikas brought it on to me was James Milner, because he's obviously a leader and he pulls him aside times and he's like, fucking do this, do that. Grabs him by the face. I saw a stat today and I wanted to read it out when we mentioned this game about how much of a fucking machine this fella is. He's in his 20th Premier League season now. He's 35 years old. And in the game this weekend, he ran 12.6 kilometres, which was the most that any other player in the Premier League ran this weekend.
Wow.
What a machine the fella is.
Can you believe he's never had a pint in his life?
No, well,
it's amazing, isn't it?
I still can't get over that. He's from North, but he's never had a pint. I just can't.
The body's a temple, mate. He literally is a machine.
Yeah. And a year after he retires, he'll be about 20 stone. He'll be on the fucking... he'll be on the aim galore, mate.
But you see, last year, I thought he looked a bit leggy last year. I thought he's on the turn. Do you know what I mean? But he's gone away again, and he's come back, and he looks fresh as like. And it's
his player going, mate. He's frightening what he can do.
And do you know what?
The fact that he can play in so many different positions. You could play him as a fullback, and he would hold his own against most opponents. I would say, even now.
Well, yeah, because he's still
reliable, isn't he?
That couple of seasons for you where you had no left backs.
Left back,
he was fucking phenomenal, mate. He was borderline player of the season. Yeah,
but it when he put out the team and I saw the midfield, I was like, that's like one of our weakest midfields that you could put out. He had Fabinho on the bench.
He obviously knew what he was doing.
Oh no, of course. I never go against Klopp as in fuck me, like what the fuck are you doing? But when you
could say the same.
But when you put that out, and I was like, that is dodgy. Like you know what I mean? Like, you could come unstuck with that midfield. But the Ox had a good game. Cater had a good game. Milner's obviously running socks off and had a good game. Like we literally just again, we're only playing Norwich. No disrespect to them.
Ox is just injury builder, isn't he? Like,
good to see him back though. Because
he'll play 2 or 3 games and he'll get in.
But when he's on it, he's so
he's
good.
Phenomenal. He's absolutely quality.
It's such a shame his whole career can be blighted like that. Like if he could just have a season and a half. The amount of times he's been in England. The amount of times he's been in the England reckoning, but then gets fucked because he's injured, and then he's right back down the pecking order.
I was gutted when he left us because I thought we were playing him in the wrong position. We were playing him out wide of
always,
and he was screaming to play in the middle.
To play central, didn't he? Yeah.
What did Klopp do?
He first thing Klopp 1 or 2 games there and just never really played there again. I couldn't believe it.
He walks in your team now, fit.
Mate, you would probably walk into it.
Don't push it.
Obviously, they don't do shit. They don't do shit.
On Sunday's performance.
Yeah, not after my 90 on Sunday.
But yeah, no, mate. To be honest, just happy. 3 points, good performance.
It's a start, isn't it?
Yeah, and I mean Salah. From what I've seen, I didn't watch it live. I just watched bits. And I was listening to it a little bit on the radio, but it seems like he wasn't so selfish. That he has been selfish a lot. Like he has to be selfish.
Yeah.
But there's when them 3 first come together, the way that they all just didn't care who scored. That's what made us so good. And then I think that has gone away from them 3 a little bit.
They started to compete with each other a bit.
Yeah, but then from what I heard on, he was just immense, as in he was setting off. He obviously luckily made Jota's goal. It was, that touch somehow got through to Jota. Then obviously Firmino's goal. He's put the cross in for that, and then he's got himself a goal. I think Mane's the one that obviously does, I think, try to compete with him in that way.
Yeah.
I think if them two can just, I think, but the more it's when they don't pass to each other that they get frustrated, I think.
Exactly.
And it's more I do think it is more Mane that gets annoyed with Salah more than Salah gets annoyed with Mane. But, you know.
What problems you have? Oh,
I know.
I feel for you, to be fair.
I wish they'd go out and buy some players, though. Okay,
Yeah, it's been a weird window, isn't it? It's not been a lot of activity, really.
It is coming to an end now. You've got to think that there's going to be some.
Well, do you know what? What will be the knock-on effect is the Harry Kane deal. Once that happens, because that's going to happen by all accounts. Apparently, they're going in with 150. They ain't saying no to that. And
they've just got money to fucking.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. But if they go
he's apparently in their squad for Thursday.
Yeah, but it doesn't prevent him from playing in the Champions League.
No, yeah, because different competition. Yeah.
If they go and buy him, Tottenham have to go and buy a striker.
Who? Be fucking decent if they bring in someone.
Do you know I've seen that they want?
Who's that?
Dybala.
Bamford.
Yeah, I read that.
They're apparently preparing to table a bid for him, which I will not fucking want to happen at all.
It'd be a good move for him, to be fair.
I don't see
it. Not sounding horrible.
Going there
Would it? They finished 2 places above us last year with Harry Kane.
No, I get it. He'd be their main man. Of course he would be, I reckon.
Well, no disrespect to Bamford, but Kane to Bamford is a bit of a... I think, no disrespect to the fella, but I think Spurs are aiming for a better calibre.
But apparently that's what they're looking for. That's because of the way he plays and that's what they're after.
Maybe. Again, who are they going to attract? They're in the fucking Conference League, for God's sake.
Exactly, yeah.
It's like Abraham's going, isn't he? Like,
that would have been a good buy for them, Greg. That would have been a good signing for Tottenham.
Yeah, I think Tottenham or Arsenal. That is a striker that you could go for.
Oh, can you imagine Aubameyang go Spurs?
And then tears it up.
Yeah. Oh,
that would be funny, to be fair. But yeah, let's move on anyway, boys, to our nominations for Baller of the Week and Donkey of the Week. First one in, we're going to do Baller. So, Matty, we'll start with you, mate. Who's your Baller of the Week?
As much as I don't like the cunt, Bruno Fernandes.
Piss off.
Hate it. I can't stand the geezer, but I mean, that hat trick, and he was just phenomenal. Can't knock that.
Phenomenal.
It was absolutely phenomenal, mate. Den and Ange for me, mate. Den and Ange. Yeah.
Fair play. I'm going to go with Mo Salah.
Bruno Fernandes, that's for sure.
Mo Salah for me. There's no way I'm picking a scum player, so Mo Salah could have scored an own goal and got sent off, and I'd have still picked him ahead of Bruno. So, yeah, Mo Salah for me. Like I said, the longevity as well as the consistency of the fella. It's just, magnificent off of his class. So, yeah, Mo Salah for me. Kyle.
The rules still the same.
We can't pick one of your own.
That's right. I was just checking the rules are the same. I thought it might have been. Who was I going to go with? Son.
Oh, right. Yeah.
Just because I think, without Kane, he had to, it's a game for me. I thought we had to stand up and I thought he worked. Do you know what? Moura was close though. Lucas Moura had a top game yesterday, to be fair.
Well.
How
quick is he?
I know, but he looks good. Go on.
That's the most I've ever seen Tottenham fight to win a game in 90
minutes.
Even someone like Dele Alli, who's the biggest pussy in the world. Jumping into tackles, the ball was spilling and then he was jumping into another tackle. Like, I've never seen them work so hard. It was like they were trying to make a statement to Kane. As if saying, what, you're going to leave us for them? Like, really?
And he'd go, because if I was playing for them, they'd have smashed you.
Like they worked, and that geezer at right back, that Tanganga, he was fucking unbelievable.
Mate, how he wasn't in the book though. After about half an hour, he'd made about eight fouls. It was like
fun, wasn't he? But he was quality. He had a great game.
Mate, he's built like a fucking super middleweight boxer and all. He's a unit.
Yeah. I thought Tottenham played very well. Yeah, I'll go with Sam because he scored the goal that made him give him the 3 points. So
fair play. Greg, over to you, mate.
He's going to go Son, so Bruno don't win it. I know what he's going to do.
No. You can't deny, obviously,
Yes, you can. No, you can.
No, I will.
No, you can.
Oh, good.
No, I will. But I'm just saying, I'll mention him. I'm mentioning them.
No, don't put his name in your mouth if you ain't going to fucking vote him.
I didn't. They're not coming out of my mouth. Not again. Matty literally just took it out of my mouth. I literally was going Tanganga. I thought he was brilliant. He was phenomenal yesterday.
I'm not going to
a right back wins player ball of the week.
Well, it don't, because now we've got a four-way thing, and
the viewers decide.
I'll tell you what, yes, they do. We'll whack that on our Twitter.
All four.
We'll put that on our Twitter tomorrow. And, the viewers get to decide who baller of the week is. So
it's mostly Leeds fans, so you definitely
Oh, yeah. You're
I'll be fucking pushing that to the Leeds boys. Don't you worry about that. Come on, boys. Come on. Make sure it ain't him. So it's Mo Salah, Tanganga, Son, Bruno. They're the four. Next in, we're going Donkey of the week. So we will start with you, Greg, as you went last for the baller.
Arsenal. Just no player absolute, like, they don't actually deserve it. Just you as a team, manager, club. Arsenal.
Club.
Fucking as a club, you know. Kyle.
Yes. Ditto. Yeah. I don't know what else to say. You can pick if you need to pick a player, then again the listeners can pick a player, any player they want, they can have.
Oh yeah, there'd be fucking loads of them to choose from, wouldn't there? So.
Well, yeah, the irony is I picked the same thing. So there's 3 votes for Arsenal. So Arsenal are our donkey of the week. Matty, you get a vote anyway, just to throw whoever else you want to throw in the hat.
From what I've saw of the weekend's games, there wasn't, bar current company or current Vincent that we've just discussed. I don't know if you saw the Everton game. What the fuck was Michael Keane doing?
Oh yeah,
first goal. Like he was on drugs and he had some sort of seizure. And the player ran in and scored. Like it was pathetic.
Good finish, Adam Armstrong, wasn't it?
In the Premier League, you can't make them mistakes. It was embarrassing. It was Sunday League shit. So yeah, Michael Keane for me because I can't vote for my own club, which I was probably close to doing. Yeah,
you can for Donkey, can't you?
Donkey, yeah.
He was poor. Michael Keane for me. Michael Keane, yeah.
Michael Keane. Right, so Arsenal are our donkey of the week.
Excellent.
And our Twitter poll, which will be going out, I'll say tomorrow, but it'll be today as you watch or listen to this. We'll decide who bowler of the week is. So next up, boys, last but not least, we'll just run through our predictions for the weekend's fixtures involving our clubs.
Oh, I can't wait.
So as it stands, the predictions table from the week just gone, not a lot in it, boys. So basically, Greg, Boyle and Kyle picked 2 results correct, no exact scores, so you got 4 points each. And then me and Dave got 1 correct result, 2 points each. So there's nothing really in it as it stands. So yeah, we're going to this weekend's fixtures, boys. And first up is Liverpool versus Burnley. And Greg, we will start with you, mate.
This could be a fucking cricket score.
More
goals, please, or that'll do me.
Before you say, actually, Greg, talking of cricket score, did you boys see the pitch invader in the England-India game?
Yes.
Jarvo 69.
That was brilliant.
Jarvo.
Mate, what an absolute hero. He's like, what, mate? India, look.
Yuvraj.
He's like, come on, boys.
Yeah, I see it on Twitter. Brilliant.
If you haven't seen it, anyone, go on Twitter and just type in on your Twitter search, Jarvo 69. It come up. It's absolutely magnificent. But yeah, go on, Greg. Liverpool, Burnley.
I'm 3-0 again.
3-0 again. Well, I'll go in with mine next because mine's exactly the same. So 3-0.
I was going to go with the fucking same thing, but I just can't do it now. I can't fucking do that. No.
You can. Jersey do
Stop
that.
dubbing us.
What are you going with, Matty? 3-0 Burnley.
Nah, I'm not Kyle. I don't change it round because it's
Burnley love a result against Liverpool, to be fair.
Yeah, but that's not happening this time.
Liverpool had like 92% possession once at Anfield and lost to Burnley.
4-1 Liverpool.
4-1.
Just got to go with a different score.
Chris Wood with a consolation.
Yeah, some shitty goal that they'll score right near the end. Yeah.
And Jonesy.
5-1 Liverpool.
I hate that scoreline.
What a scoreline.
Next up is Leeds United versus Everton.
This is a tasty game, this one, I think. Tasty game.
I'm going to go with 2-0 to Leeds. I think at Ellen Road in front of a full house for the first time in 2 years or whatever it is. I've said all along, our first game at Ellen Road in front of a full house in the Premier League. I don't care who we're playing, we're not losing that game. So, yeah, I think we'll beat Everton 2-0. Plus, the way we played against them last season, both games, I think we've got their number, to be fair. But, yeah, Matty?
Oh, this is tough. This is tough. It's tough. 2-1 Leeds. Leeds will get it over the line just, I think.
Corey?
1-1.
And Jonesy?
2-2.
Desmond? And now, last one, Southampton versus Man United. Jonesy, we'll start with you, mate. Is this your mob?
18-0.
No, but I say it could. We spoke about this earlier. I don't know. It's a tough one. 5-1.
It's a tough one. 5-1.
Absolute prick.
21 is coming.
Greg?
Where is it?
Southampton.
Oh, God. 3-1 United.
Fuck's sake, Greg.
I ain't going to go Southampton, sorry.
Well, no, I was saying it because that's what I was going with.
Oh,
3-1.
right.
That's what I was going with as well.
That gives me now 2 results the same as you, and I can't have that. 2-0 Man United then. 2-0. Boyle?
3-1. I'm not changing it. I'm not changing it.
If it's 3-1, I would be fucking livid.
It's gonna
Absolutely fuming.
But then think about the other side. If it was 2-0, how buzzing will you feel? So
Yeah, I will be.
Like
Well, I
that.
won't. I'll still be sick because you would have won. So. But,
Arsenal not playing?
did we not do Arsenal?
No.
Oh, I didn't do Arsenal.
I stayed very quiet about that.
Are they playing a championship game? Or?
One sec, boys. Let me just call Arsenal
We're
now.
playing on Sunday.
they got
Oh,
Luton.
that's why.
They got
Yes, I need to scroll
Luton
down.
away. Luton away.
Right, I'm going Luton 3-0. Oh, fuck me. I forgot about this one. Yeah, scrolled it down. Arsenal, Chelsea. So, Matty, over to you.
Why did you bring that up, Greg?
Fucking no chance of this game. Absolute 0 chance. But I've got to be a bit generous on the scoreline. 2-0 Chelsea. No chance. We've got no chance. Absolutely none.
Kyle?
3-1 Chelsea.
Greg?
Where is it?
Emirates.
Oh. Crowd on their back.
It's the sort of game Arsenal are going to sneak something, isn't it? And everyone will be like, what? How's that?
4-1. 4-1
Let's
Chelsea.
have a think about what you just said. Did you see how we played against Brentford? And you really
Mate,
think
I see how you played last season. And like you said, you've done the double over them.
Yeah, but we didn't even get going till December. Fucking hell.
No, I can see Arsenal. I can see Arsenal sneaking something, but that's a goal at maximum. So
4-1. 4-1.
Oh God. Right, what have you all gone? 3-1, 4-1, 2-0. Oh,
I just don't see where the goal's coming from. Who's going to
yeah, like you said, without fucking Lacazette, Aubameyang, none of them starting. Oh God, I hate picking Chelsea to win. 1-0 Chelsea.
That wasn't so bad.
No. I fancy them to win, but I don't want them to score anything more than that. So, yeah, I'll just stick with that 1-0. Yeah, so that locks in our predictions anyway, boys. And that concludes the episode. We will reconvene same time next week.
Hopefully I'll have some better news for you.
Oh, same here. And hopefully Dave decides to actually open his fucking computer on time.
these first few weeks on this podcast are going to be brilliant for Boyle. I'm telling you, I cannot wait. Roll on next week.
They'll beat Chelsea in City.
Yeah, can you imagine?
It's a funny old game, lads. It's
Be
funny
top
old
of the
game.
league after 3 weeks.
Well, I'm facing 0 points. I mean, fucking hell. Cheers. Yeah, excellent.
Fucking brilliant, isn't it? Oh, well. Right, well, yeah. Thanks for everyone who's listening and watching. And as we all have to say, slap a like on the video, subscribe, share, all of that gubbins. And, yeah.
Run it up.
Thanks, guys. And make sure you vote on the poll for Baller of the Week.
But
We're
this
gonna
man,
whack it on our
this
Twitter.
man.
So get on our Twitter account at only_footy_fans. And yeah, we'll get it on there. Nice one. All the best, lads. Don't do that Bruno celebration, you scum wanker.